And now it's time for this video, James, to play some video games. Coming to 25 random. Let's go. 2 copies of Vent in this here base deck. Ooh. Keeping those colors very fire themes. We've got the red Hellhorn, and then we've got the yellow Umbra. Hellhorn is going to be an exiled beginner, which does mean that I am going to have a decent amount of imps to sacrifice with my following Imp Sacrifice, and then 2 copies of Mind Collapse. We've got 3 X-Cost cards, 4 actually, sorry, X-Cost cards in the base deck. So if I could find that Divine Hell Pact, you know that I would take that Divine Hell Pact. Rally only triggers with non-morsel unit cards being played on that floor. If it was morsel unit cards, well then I'd put the Shardtail Queen behind something that consumes morsels, and then I'd increase the size of the floor. I'd put a bunch of morsels down, the Shardtail Queen is scaling, and then a tank is scaling in front of them, and then I'd use spells, hopefully, to try and patch over any gaps. We already have access to a decent amount of AoE from these 2 vents. Usually the big problem with the Royalty Shardtail Queen is inability to get rid of your own imps. We are a little bit better at doing that, courtesy of already having Impressive, which means that very early on we can do things like look for holdover, look for duplicates of it. We're also going to need to introduce more imps into the deck should we do it in that fashion. Part of the reason I'm tending a little away from Imperialist here is just due to the fact that I do actually already have 2 vents in the base deck, so I've already got some AoE. I've even got backline targeted damage in the Mind Collapses. Come on, imp things! 50% chance to apply Dazed when an enemy unit enters your train. Am I very likely to set up on the top line with the Shardtail Queen? The problem with... So there's dual problems with the Shardtail Queen, actually. And one of them is that the Shardtail Queen itself, you generally want to put at the back of a line, and you want to chump block a lot for them, right? Their health does not support them. And unless you're going to get a bunch of other armor on them in some fashion, their health really won't support them. So how you support them is with the chump blocker. Chump blocker being something just like, you know, Queen's Impling takes a hit and then dies. And with 10 health, she'll be fine for a fair while against enemies that have trample, although not many enemies do. At least until the 5th ring, and then you start getting bosses that have it. Against sweep, she should also be fine as long as she's gained enough rally. She should be okay against like sweep, Sower of Sorrows, etc. So is she then going to be my bottom line? And if she's going to be my bottom line, do I want Concussive Coals to deactivate the enemies that would be killing her chump blockers? I don't know. Capricious Reflection this early on. You don't turn that down. Now I need every unit draft, every card pack. I'm not going to really, like, full-on thick deck it, but it'll probably be the closest I get. Yeah, you get a damage shield from that. So, Shardtail Queen, Impling, you get killed. I mean, it really doesn't matter what I do here with the other 2. Enemy still dies. Alright. Another Queen's situation, looks like here. And then I'm probably putting a Shiny Suet up here and chump blocking with one of the Shade Splits. Let's see what you get. Yeah, that's a chump blocker. It's a chump blocker if I've ever seen one. How many more imps? Okay. Throw you down there too. This floor's a weird one. Oh, no, it's not. It's totally fine. Shiny Suet, Vent. Gets our kill. I need something that can sustain 2 hits on the board. Oh, Shade Split. Yeah, that'll be fine. I was thinking I sack something and then put down a Shiny Steward, but I can sack something, put down a Queen Simpling, and then a Shade Splitter to block the first hit from the Disciple Inquisitor. That'd be good enough. Didn't change the amount of hits we take. Thankfully, I can use Mind Clamps on that back liner, and I can even take some time to set up the next line first. I mean, it doesn't matter if I Mind Clamps and then Vent. It's exactly the same here. If only I had another Imp. It's a good Shade Splitter. I will go for a second. Yes. Okay. So how do I best utilize this? You hit my damage shield. You knock it off. Then I hit you back. I consume these. You hit me. Okay, yeah. I just pop both down. That'll do it. No damage taken. An Emberstone already in all of these turns them all into quite good cards. Hornbreak is a little bit more backline targeting. And in particular, it's backline targeting that pierces. So in the late game, it can transition into frontline targeting for taking out enemies with, you know, otherwise 1,000 armor. Not 1,000, it's like 180, but still significant. Let's take it. A Packed Morsels with Consume removed. Ooh. See, the thing about a Shardtail Queen floor is it rarely has space for anything except for a Shardtail Queen and the chump blockers. Which means maybe I run a second floor with that Packed Morsel right there. If I did that, that would guarantee that I'm going in this direction to a Merchant of Magic, which I'm actually not fussed about. Like, as in, not... That's not a problem. We have a fair few things that we would want to upgrade. Obviously, holdover, plus 10, you know, those kinds of things there. These plus 10s, obviously, same plus 10s for the Mind Collapses. I'd settle for a plus 20 consume on the Mind Collapses, to be entirely honest with you. Just get that first cycle over and done with. I'll take the Packed Morsels. Let's do it. Of course. I did forget about this. That is a Horned Warrior with Multi-Strike and Quick on. The thing about the Horned Warrior is it's got Multi-Strike gives Fragile in its essence. So what unit do I have that's never going to take damage? That Steelworker sure does just have Multi-Strike on. We'll take the Horned Warrior. Maybe we go for a full 3-floor solution. I don't know. Or maybe... Or maybe I go in a completely different direction. Like, we're going to need an Endless Imp eventually, aren't we? Well, we are, but we're not going to... We're not going to do that with the Queen's Implings, are we? So if we put a Queen's Impling into a Queen's Impling, we've got our first Divine Temple in the next area, so not this current one. But if we put a Queen's Impling into a Queen's Impling and made the new one endless, every single turn, assuming we can then also later get holdover on Impressive, every single turn what we're doing is 50 damage to the frontline enemy unit, then another 50 damage to the frontline enemy unit. The only problem is that they're both costing us 1 energy to do. I'm just thinking about the units that I would want to socket into the Horned Warrior, or units that I would want to socket the Horned Warrior into. Let's have a quick look at the old logbook, shall we? So. Apex Imp? Probably not. Branded Warrior? Deranged Brute? Both yes. Apex Imp probably not because the essence isn't good, but just because the Apex Imp is better utilized in other ways, in my opinion. Resolve 5 friendly units. Alpha Friend has a shot, to be honest. Especially if then I gave the unit Endless, so I could play him more consistently. Actually, that'd be a really good unit. This has Endless of the... Oh, no, because... I'm thinking, put that in front of the Shardtail Queen, and then when it dies, it's just a chump blocker. It comes back in the next turn. It's great. Obviously, the problem with that being Shardtail Queen is 2 capacity. The Haunt Warrior with that in would be 3 capacity. So I'm not really getting any imps on that floor at that rate. And also, I'm not really utilizing the morsels. Morsels don't exclusively have to go into a Umbra unit. I'm going to regret that in a moment. Yeah, did get holdover. Thank you, First Tale Pact. The Chain of Gems there was also a good consideration. Chain of Gems was also a really good consideration just because it would enable one single imp to chump block 3 hits. That is really, really good. Do not underestimate the value of that. It's just, I feel like I need to take care of my early game more than I need to take care of my late game. And my early game is very, very much more powerful just with these X-Cost cards already having +3 in their value. Yeah, this is a concern. So that makes the top floor the cleanup crew, right? I would take the Horned Warrior. I would put the Alloyed Construct into the Horned Warrior later. And then the Horned Warrior just stands up there on the top floor getting buffed by morsels. And hopefully quick killing enemies when they need to quick kill. It's got 3 multi-strike. It doesn't really have scaling damage, but I have time to find that. Oh, I don't love it. I'll tell you that much for free. This needs to be 0 cost and this needs to be 0. Well, does this need to be 0 cost? Are we duping in the next area? Actually, we probably are. Right? Umbra. Oh, no, wait. No, I don't have to go for the second Umbra because I just got another unit. Unless I'm cutting units? I don't know. It's possible. Just really hoping this was going to be a +10. Do I do this to impressive? Probably. Now that these have their power up, making the +20 power consume on them doesn't really make too much sense to me. Enemy units start on every floor. I just need the money. I say always. Okay, I can't kill the entire top line. You go down, Alloyed Construct goes down. This unit dies against the Alloyed Construct. This unit doesn't die. The Magma will kill the front line, though. So that means... Well, I mean, I can actually Shade Split first, and then Mind Collapse the backliner. There we go. It's this bottom line that's otherwise quite annoying. I want to get as much fuel in you as possible. And you need as much health as possible. So we'll do it this way. The top line's very much going to be us saving grace. Mind Collapse of Backliner here again. You'll love to see it. Let's destroy you. I mean, this is currently doing 15 damage. So I put a Horned Warrior just down here on the bottom line. A lot more imps left in the deck. Sure. This one at least dies next round. Cool. Another Queen's Impling down there. Even go through the line, because there's no reason to deal with it otherwise. The Vent, I guess, is all I can really do. Shade split the top and then Vent. This is all more than okay. Very much expected. Cool. And as you can see, despite the fact that we weren't exclusively focusing on it, because we've added a lot of morsel things, and obviously the Alloyed Construct, and Horned Warrior was put on the same floor, as you can see, the Shardstar Queen still had a lot of damage to put out against the Sorrow of Sorrow, which is exactly the consideration I was making earlier. It's just I went a different way with having to deal with it. Oh, why? Why? Okay, that Welder Helper, Burnout 1. Come on, that's the it's yes, I have to. I can't get Burnout in any other way. I'm not actually capable of taking it. Huh. Consume removed Prismal Dust. Yeah, I can get a huge amount of damage shield out of that, and I just played at the end of the turn. First hell pack, baby. First hell pack, baby. That sounds more like I'm a count, like I'm a like I'm a blood-sucking force of some kind. Here's the first counter, baby. Oh. Gotta be honest, Hellvent's looking less spicy. Hazel's Holds are real good. Okay, I'm going for the artifact. Morsels enter with damage shield 1. Makes them better chump blockers. Jackstrips. Which makes it Jackstrips. Jackstrips is so good. Especially this early. It solves fights this early. Spell Chain on Twinstone. Interesting. We could pop that on a Impressive, but that's a bit hard. Could put that on a Prismal Dust. Only problem is the second one comes back and gives 1 shield, right? Like, what we really want is to give this a value stone. That's the big value right there. Okay, so I think we're going back to our original plan of engaging a pact and putting this in this, but before we do that, we will go and check this Hellhorn banner, just in case we get a impact one way or the other. This would be 45 by 2, 45 base. And it has a floating upgrade if I took the Demon Friend. Yeah, you're coming along, and you are actually fundamentally going to change up lands. Demon Friend dies, so that the Horned Warrior... Oh, but the Alloyed Construct could use... No, so the Horned Warrior can live. The Alloyed Construct can take another upgrade later. We've got one final Umbra unit. And then we have to go over to this Unstable Vortex. So we're being forced to go to a Merchant of Steel in the next area, which is nice. I want to get Endless. Petrified Heart units can't heal. That takes away the ability to utilize Lifesteal, but also we've got a lot of... I say a lot of. We've got Divine Shield going on. It makes every chump blocker more effective. I'll say that, definitely. If I had 2 upgrades in the Horned Warrior, or even honestly in the Alloyed Construct here, I would probably just take the Heartstone so that I can overload those units, but nah. I will actually take that Petrified Stone, thank you. Bounce. Okay, they're going to be playing Daze to our frontline unit, which means we're going to have to use a lot of morsel chumping. Speaking of chumping, oof. Oof. What am I, putting the Heartless Queen down just to take 14 damage this turn? Is that actually what I'm doing? I think it is. I think it's what I'm doing. You're still inert as well. I can give 2 damage shield to someone. Really does feel like that should go to the top floor, right? The Shardtail Queen actually might not be a huge part of my plan right now. You're still likely to be exposed to the most damage. In fact, almost guaranteed to be exposed to the most damage. Okay, Pack Morsel. Our demon friend goes there. Obviously still looking for chump blockers. Okay. So that'll force you to die this turn without exposing me to any more damage. So I have more space for the imps that are still in the deck somewhere, I'm certain. Ah, there we go. There's at least one. There's that frontline target up for us. There's another. 12 damage there, projects 12 to the back. More jumping. 16 and you only do 10. You don't even kill the unit. Oh, it's perfect. You can daze it, but it still works for me, friend. This Welder Helper probably goes here right now. God, making this endless and putting something else in it would be... Oh, I can't give it a Rage Imp anymore is one of the big problems. Like, so the scaling of the damage for this Hellhorned Warrior is going to be a bit... rough. Oh, I could have played the second one just for some extra damage there, of course. Okay, that's good. That's a damage right there, I feel. Make sure my coffee doesn't go cold by actively drinking it, rather than attempting to passively drink it via osmosis. I don't know. I just had my pinky dipped in there the entire time. You can't see it because it's off screen, but I am attempting to just... Well! Oh, by the by, if you are like me for 2 seconds there, looking at that Transcendimp and going, wait a second, Quick Zone doesn't make you more expensive, huh? Yeah, there's been a patch. I haven't read all of it, but there have just been a few changes edgewise. It doesn't seem to be a truly fundamentally hugely changing patch. The only thing here right now is that I want all of these. You get this endless and we break the game. The only problem is then we have to play it every turn somehow, right? Like, it's still 2 cost. Impalate is just 90 damage to the front line every single turn. And it's going to get more as I add more imps to the deck. It's already got holdover. There's also Shroud Mitosis, which permafrosts, so it will always be available at the right time to give some more fuel to the alloy construct. This is probably the least of which, among my considerations, which says a lot, I think, because Shroud Mitosis is great, and I would actually love it here. It's just the other 2 are really good as well, if not incredible. God. It having Endless is so good, but then I have to fish for Endless, and I already want to put Endless on the Welder Helper as well to help her. You can't turn down Transcendimp in an Imp deck. I'm mad at myself, though. I want you to know that it hurt me too. Are we going back to our original plan with Yellowed Construct? This has multi-strike. When's our next temple? 2 areas away? I'll tell you, the biggest problem that I have with that, actually, is I think it forces me to go capacity, but I also desperately want Ember. I know. The only gem I'm not considering right now? The only gem that I'm not considering right now is Draw Gem. I'm sorry, Draw Gem. I love you. Truly. Deeply. Hopefully you know that. You know, this Branded Warrior actually going inside the Alloyed Construct also wouldn't be bad. It kills things occasionally with its spikes. Not super commonly, and it's going to be less and less over time, and also the Jax... Okay, never mind. It's not doing that at all, almost anymore. This is really hard. It comes with a free multi-strike in it. How do you turn that down? How do you turn that down? Do I have to go extra capacity right now? Because I want to go Ember first. I think I can go Ember right now. It's going to be a tight squeeze for a while. I'm not saying otherwise. There's an Umbra unit, but it's going to take a mammoth effort to get me to take another Umbra unit at this point. It's just, I still need to come here because I'm looking for... Oh my god. Oh my god. 4 times multi-strike as well as a quick stone. Yeah, now we just need to find a way to give it rage. I know. Reroll, I need to find Endless. Yes! And I can exactly afford it! Okay, this has to go in the Transcendimp. There's no 2 ways around that one. I would love it to go in something else. I would love to... But it's... You know? Oh, screw you. You just gave me an Alloyed Construct with multi-strike? This is also the new rare for Umbra, Morsel Made. It is a construct. It has Rage 7, but the Rage 7 is courtesy of the Fury Stone. Has Heartless, but Heartless is courtesy of Petrified Heart. Hunger. It is a new keyword. Hunger triggers when a unit with eaten is summoned on that floor. It just feeds. It just feeds immediately after that happens. And then its gorge effect is +2/+2. I'm sorry, I am... Sorry, I'm full up on units. I desperately wish I wasn't. But I cannot take you. Energy and space are our two considerations. I'm taking out the units that cost energy and large amount of space to play. Because I can't play them, so they are, you know, they may as well be rather spells. Imps cost -1 on this floor. Every single turn it adds a Queen's Impling to the hand, which is another trigger going into our future Transcendent. But also importantly, it makes our Welder Helper free, and it makes our Transcendent cost 1. That frees up so much Ember for us, we have to take in Parade. If I could go across all three, if I could just, like, have all 3 different lines active at the same time, I would love it right now. I'd be all about that life. Yeah, and we Pirates. Sure. The jackstrips will kill him. It doesn't matter to me. Chartel Queen into a Queen's Impling, and then a Transcendent. Here's the big problem. Now I need to find a way to get the Transcendent to regularly die. The ideal for that would be holdover on the Impressive. We're a while off of being able to do something like that, I think, still. Allied Construct still wants to go on the top floor by itself, I believe there. And then I do need to get that Absorber down so that I don't have to worry about its incoming. Okay. Big. We'll see what's in the Shade Splitter as well, because it could easily go into this. So Lifesteal does nothing except for donate damage. But if you attack on this floor, you'll actually die. Oh, no, but you're quick, so you won't even attack on this floor. Also, you won't die because you've got extra health. I need you to be able to cut down frontliners because we've got big frontliners. That's why I've given you the damage buff. And then I need you to be able to clear up backliners, and I need you to stay healthy while you do so. I'm almost certainly going capacity for our second gem. I actually need to leave a space on this floor, which means the Welder Helper probably has to be played here, right? Because I need space for the sake of the Transcendent coming back out. Didn't actually want to play that on that floor. Honestly, if I just Prismal Dust you, we're probably already good. And when I say already good, I mean already good for the run. It's not run, it's battle. That's it. Thank you. Not much damage to the front line, but then again, I didn't play the Queen's Impling first, which could have been a plan or two. Wee bit of murder right there. You explode for 5 damage to the front unit. So that Queen's Impling isn't going to be a great idea either. This is why I need more capacity, so I can actually get more Implings out. Because they are going to be just constantly spawning, you know? Also need more ability to kill my own imps. Nice. Unfortunately, Mind Collapse only targets enemy units, otherwise it would be perfect. would be actually factually perfect. Well, currently, and it looks like into the future, we are going to be running a 3-floor solution here, so the Inferno is not an option. Let's do the... It's obvious, right? I did want to consider other possibilities in case, but I think it is pretty obvious. It's expensive as all hell, but this solves all of our problems on every floor. Unfortunately, I am imps. I have to go over in this direction. I do not actually get a choice here. We can do that at any point. Let's not get enamored with that and do it before we check here. I didn't say anything. You said something. Let's give you a little bit of a sacrifice right there. Into our new top line. Two more shiny stewards get out of here. Ah! All right, this event is the big reason that there was a change. And that is for the greater good now summons a friendly rebel unit to the front of this floor. And the reason it does that is because apparently the previous one of taking over an enemy unit introduced so many edge case bugs that it was kind of impossible to quash them all. I know it was cool to do, but I totally understand. And I feel some sympathy on part of Shiny Shoe here. Having to make something that was so well received for being super cool and then take it away. I cannot imagine it felt good to have to do. I'm going to be upgrading a unit here. I would love to also show this card off, but at the same rate, it could oversack floors for us. But this unit already has 2 upgrades in them. If this unit also gets the Strike Stone that applies melee weakness, they double the damage of 3 of their hits. They are literally getting 3 more multi-strike effectively if I upgrade them with the old Sunderstone. Although, I've just realized every summon effect triggered this game. You can't not do that. You tell me how you plan not to do that. That's what I thought. Okay. We'll bounce. Enemy units enter with armor 15. Okay. No? A lot of units are dying by ascending. Well, so the thing is, Silent Marksmen come in the 2 varieties, right? They got the 25 and the 10 health, and then they got the 10 and 2 health. The 10 and 2 health will die. The 10 and 25 won't. I have to set up a bottom line. I think I can take this. Right, and then that murders the frontliner. You don't attack. You have 25 damage, so I chump block with a Shade Splitter, and we're fine. Then you go in second, you go in the third, so you have the most time to get extra units in. Okay. To think we were once allies, excuse me? I don't know anything about the lore of this game, and I'm not about to start now. I do apologize for that. It does sound... stuff like that does often bounce off of me. Just completely. But that is cool. That does intrigue me, admittedly. You've only got one more fuel. That about to be a problem. You've got 7 sap on, like, not doing that much damage even if you do get to the top, thankfully. We can drop that one there. You there. Gosh, I need to leave that space on the top as well. I think I just pop that against the backliner and then hold. Ooh. Ourselves a welder helper. Can't play it here on the bottom line because that Transcendimp needs to die. Let it die. Obviously the armored ones there are a wee bit of problemo. Let's get some fuel up there on the top line so they are less of a problemo next turn. Thank you, packed morsels. You may all be stored up there. As soon as we double summon effects, which obviously is a goal here, are you kidding me? Life becomes a lot easier for us, thankfully. Nice. Well, what are you going to do here? Huh? Huh? Oh, win. Interesting. Good idea. That vent is not enough to kill the backliners right now. Unless I impressive here, then pop down a higher chomper, and then this is 22 damage in AoE. That'll be enough. Then you have to chomp your way through all of my stuff. Which admittedly takes you a little longer, but it doesn't take you as long as I thought it would. You're just going to need fuel is the big thing, so you just need to eat. Okay, you're now sapped for 16, which is going to make life very lethal for you, as it turns out. consume cards for this to actually hit. Impalate saving a giant frontline hit for exactly when it's needed might be exactly what I need. Also, it gets more powerful every turn. I'll tell you what, I'm now suddenly struck with a lot of worry. The run is going so well, but is not based on some, some pattern of play, some combo, some kind of, some thin deck engine. And so, while it's very good, I'm deeply worried that I'm going to lose and be very embarrassed about it. It's not going to happen. I'm done. I'm ready. I am all set for this. You can't beat me, game. I already decided I won. Have a look in here. Spell chain intrinsic. If I could also pop this, I would probably put an intrinsic on the... where are you? There we go. Crucible extension. Just get that active as early as you possibly can. Cannot, so won't. There is a lot of me that does want to put the Welder Helper into the Transcendimp. Big reason is because that is a way to get a lot of consistent armor. And also, it projects that armor backwards, so it does project it back to the Shardtail Queen. You've got plus 20... There's nothing I double... No, because I don't have a bunch of extra Ember at the end of a turn. I usually play this with 0 cost. So it would actually differentially... there would be no difference, rather. It would be the same, actually, functionally there. Shroud Spike would actually be really good with a consume removal or even Spellstone if I have the right stuff in hand at the time. Honestly, it solves our fuel problem. We should just be in one turn able to secure ourselves with enough fuel for basically the rest of the game. Or rest of the fight, as the case may be. All right, I will probably end up re-rolling in there, but first we'll go to this artifact, then we'll take the Concealed Caverns, then we'll go back. These already have so much multi-strike, but, come on. Literally, by the way, the Hersel's Horde is the reason I came in this direction. So. Take coins. Easy to take coins when you don't feel threatened at all. I should still decrease the cost of base things like Shade Splitters. They're still totally worthwhile. Yep. Had to hold that over. Plus 10 goes on you. Whoa. I'm scared now. Too many of my dreams are being answered at once. That actually does look like a really good idea. I'm not going to do it, but I think it's a good idea. This one, though, I am going to do. I'm going to be able to get so much armor out of that. I'll tell you what, the only bad thing about this deck right now is the cards in between me and my ability to get back to those things. And I'll tell you even more what, the Mind Collapses and the Vents have outlived their usefulness. They are not as powerful as the rest of the things this deck does, and they are now the weak links. I'll keep the Vent because my AoE is still slightly lacking. Wait, you've got the Dark... Oh, ooh. That's the looming Dark Shard. That's fine. It's the other Dark Shard that's going to be a problem for us. Oh, we'll see how that goes. This isn't holdover, unfortunately. Yeah, it's this one that's going to be a problem. Adds a weight of contrition to the top of the draw pile whenever one of our units dies on that floor. Oh, yeah, you just got randomly summoned. I was like, oh, that shouldn't be here. Oh, no, I messed up. No, it just got randomly summoned. do want to put you there, to be honest. Why shouldn't I? Imps is so important. I can give your capacity on later turns. I shouldn't be buffing you though. You can happily go to that top floor. Another one of y'all out here. 165 damage to the front line if I want it. 32 damage AoE if I want it. Yeah, sure, get him. I finally don't want one of them to die on this floor. So I'll give you the damage shield. Pyre Chomper would be really good as well, because the damage shield does just cycle through the deck a bunch of times. Do I still need to go capacity despite having? Because, like, this could be at the bottom of the first cycle of the deck, and if it is at the bottom of the first cycle of the deck, I feel bad right now. It might still be capacity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, gosh. Okay, that was actually too much to do on that top floor. My bad. I messed up. No. You go there, then. Oh my god, this is even worse. Shroud Spike, but no morsels. Okay. The next turn, I'm gonna have to murder someone else with it, and then put down the Transcend. Like, we've got a path back out of the hole I dug myself, but I really shouldn't have dug it in the first place, as it turns out. I'm finding it so hard to get to any of my morsel cards. Are you more than I need? Do I? Because I spend a lot of effort on you, and you don't give us much back in return right now. Maybe it's just capacity, and then I dupe this Haunt Warrior, and then just put both of them on the top floor. I feel like I've invested so much into this Haunt Warrior to not get anything out of it, but I'll tell you what would change my mind. I thought that the Shroud Spike was going to be what changed my mind. What would definitely change my mind is, well, I mean, Hell Banners, but that always changes my mind on everything. Railforge Hammer, so everyone getting another plus capacity on every single floor. The ability to dupe the... But I have so many better dupe targets than Packed Morsels. I wouldn't dupe it. It would not make sense to. What would... Oh, any of the artifacts that give you morsels consistently. That would do it. That would do it to me. I mean, like, I don't even know what I'm just gonna just hit the button and then watch the enemy. Oh god, are they gonna get an attack in? Oh, come on, you gotta get at least one attack. Make me proud. Nope. Hey, Transcendent, you made me proud, though. Look at that damn. I'll tell you what, that One Horn's Tome is actually really good. The Shartail Queen almost never takes physical damage after we've gotten the Transcendimp... after we've got... Yeah, actually, after we've got the Transcendimp down, right? Because it protects the armor backwards twice. Okay. Hear me out. You know exactly what I'm about to say, don't you? I want capacity very, very badly. But how this deck loses is by not finding Transcendimp and not finding Impressive and not finding Crucible Extension. I'm so sorry. I've failed you. There's double removal over here. That'd be double vent removal as a priority. Take some Pyre Health and Merchant of Magic for the possibility of... Well, I mean, we do need to decrease the cost of the One Horn's Tome again if we actually want to be able to play it at all. Alright. We'll do it! Double stack for multi-strike 2, though. The only problem is, you know, how do I play it, right? I would have to have a Pyre Chomper get randomly generated, which is a lot to ask for. Decreasing your cost. Honestly, permafrosting it also would have been pretty good. Permafrost on the Shroud Spike so that I can always hit that, actually. You know what? Yeah. 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 You know, spending a lot of money, but I feel like I'm also getting a lot stronger. Do I need to plus 10 something? No. Doesn't make a significant enough difference there. This is pretty difficult. Because eventually the Transcendimp is just nuking the enemy front line. But with this, my scaling on that floor becomes so good. Yeah, okay, this is way more damage. Way more damage. It's not even comparable. Excuse me. Still working over the edge of this mystery illness. Non-boss enemy units get 8. Yeah, I don't really interact with their damage stats at all, so, or rather, when I do interact with their damage stats, I want them to do more damage. 8 by 2, 24. Ooh, but that's not piercing. That's the holdover one, though. Ooh. 30. I drop this. It murders that backline, so they miss out on multi-strike. 8 hits the multi-imp. 24 hits the multi-imp, and then the Shartail Queen attacks back. Okay, we're all good. We're all good here on the bottom line, as long as, yeah, okay. But I also do need to use Impressive this turn, so it holds over. Which means 8 and then 24 go against the Shartail Queen. Unless I'll chump block with an imp. That's fine. Oh, you're dazed! Okay, yeah, this is... Oh, ooh, thank heck, you're dazed. It's just got... Its little floaty thing is directly above the screen there, so I couldn't really see, but it's fine. It's dazed. We're good. We also got the Crucible holdover on the first turn. I mean, like, what else do you want? Block even more damage. Come on. Okay. I'm worried. I'm very worried. These two are just currently looking like they're going to the top floor. You're not going to have Gorge before next turn, so you being on the top floor isn't even going to help us. We need to slow down right now. Okay. There's never a reason anything except for the Queen's Impling is played on this floor. So you do your darndest. Fledgling Imp is increasing your damage by 20. If I play the Fledgling Imp and then I sacrifice it to deal 50 damage to the front enemy unit, the enemy has 118 by base. They will be taken down by 18, complement 32. They go down to 68 total max HP, which means that if I sack a Fledgling Imp and then summon another Fledgling Imp, the second Fledgling Imp will buff the Horned Warrior such that the first hit from the Horned Warrior will kill that Steel Wings, and then the second hit goes against the Gilded Wing, which means... I capacity increase this floor. I play a Fledgling Imp behind. I play the other in front. And then I sack this one. It's the maximum damage I can deal to the Gilded Wing this turn. We're looking for Impalate, Impressive, Impalate or Impressive, or maybe actually Shroud Spike. Shroud Spike would be an out if I put you here right now. And then I get Shroud Spike and a morsel next turn. I've drawn very few morsels, so I am quite likely to actually draw a morsel. Shroud Spike, a little less. You have quick, so you will attack first. There's our Impalate. And we just got a free Transcendimp. First things first. Let's remove the heart attack that I am currently happening. The happening of the heart attack. Sounds like a 70s era horror film. Or 2000s era horror film. There was The Happening. God, that movie was garbage. One of the things I hate the most in media, I'm sorry, I always feel weirdly, like, of two minds of sidetracking this hard. But one of the things that that always annoys me the most in media is a character very, very clearly taking time to effectively just directly tell the audience the information they need to know about the world. You can call this plot dumping, you can call it exposition dumping, you can call it any number of different things, right? It's quite common. And I know for me, the point at which I chose to stop playing Fallout 4 was when I was on a Brotherhood of Steel quest, and it was one of the first Brotherhood of Steel quests for whoever your contact in the Brotherhood of Steel is in that game. I can't remember almost anything about it because I jettisoned it happily from my brain. It's okay if you like it, not my thing. But there was a point at the end of the first mission where he just sat there and just exposited for like 10 minutes. And then I followed him, and then when he followed me through the rest of the mission, he just exposition, and just none of it naturalistic. That is what turns me off most strongly to many different kinds of media. I have forgotten how that was relevant. But I hope like heck it was. All right. That one's an obvious one. Let's safely pack these morsels into this unit up here on the top floor. Still gonna need another capacity. You only need one more capacity before you're maxed out too. I do like the idea of putting the Fledgling Imp here, and I like it so much that I'm gonna do it. freeing up more space on the bottom line? I think so. I don't think I'm ever really going to regret having more space on the bottom line when this is my hand. Okay. First things first, let's stock you in, because I know that I'm going to want you at a later turn. We've got the Shroud Spike, and we got One Horn's Tome. Oh, hope we're going to get... Because you're a holdover card, and you're a holdover card. Okay, so we're going to get 4 cards next turn. Oh, but you're endless. We're going to get 3 new cards next turn. Oof. Still good, don't get me wrong, but also, ooh. You know? Sometimes things are good and also, ooh. This one doesn't hold over, but it does do damage. These are doing 101 damage right now. Do I need to kill them? I need to kill exactly 1 more. Because I have 1 more imp and then the Transcendimp, right? So that's all I need. Then I guess on this floor I can give you another capacity in case I need to chump block for you later somehow. Oh, it begins. It begins. Are we ready for it to have begun? God, I hope we are. Okay. Yeah. That goes there. Unfortunately, it is a kind of rough, thing to actually be eating many times. It's not giving us a huge bonus, but it's nice, at least. And then you go there. You go in front. You can get your multi-strike. You can eat this thing as many times as you'd like. It'll gain a bunch of energy back from you having done so. Main reason to do this is just to get as much fuel as possible in the Horned Warrior. But again, I don't think that is important anymore, actually. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't kill you! Oh, so I can't get the extra energy this turn. Okay, well, that was going to come back, and I was going to get... Yeah, another One Horn Tome. Go for it. Thump, thump, thump. Get him. The reason this is ridiculous... Not only is it important work, not only does it have holdover, but the unit dies and goes to the top of your draw pile before you draw, which means you can use the Transcendimp 2 times in a turn. I don't know what to do. The game is giving me absolutely everything. I feel like I need to run away and buy myself a lottery ticket. I feel like if I actually dupe the holdover again 1 more time, nothing can happen to me is the thing. We're done. Like... Spell chain it first! No, of course. That would be too much. That would be too much. Don't get greedy, Raps. What are you doing out here? Well, first, look at this, though, just in case. Extra Ember on the first turn. If I'm honest, I kind of want to take extra Ember on the first turn and then reroll just in case after that I find the lost luggage. That one hurt. Admittedly, that one hurt. So much energy. All right. Well, remove 1 more card from the deck. It's going to be a base Shade Splitter, but it's good. It's just not as good as the rest of the deck at this point. Frost. No, we'll always have a target for the important works. Fine. I'll negative cost one of them because why wouldn't I? Alright, Seraph. Feeling good about this one. This is weird. They're both stunned. I think I give you One Horn's Tome now. You're not gonna die on the... Oh, but you will die before you get to the top because of the old... I mean, I'll just have to chump block for you on the next floor. Because the old jack strips. Those strips jacked as hell. $135? Okay. So we're still going for capacity increases on this floor. Feel like it's going to be Queen's Impling. Now the backline survives. Good. Sack and holdover is nice here too. That unit again dies as it ascends to the next floor, so we can just Shade Split, pop you there. I'm sacking something at the end of the turn, so I will have space on this floor. Good. That's what I needed to make sure of. And in fact, we'll project our damage through the line. This whole top line situation, by the way, this isn't going to be played in the TLD fight. We're going to be playing on the bottom two floors. Bottom two? There is part of me that wants to play on the top floor so that the Implings all die and they constantly cycle stuff, but I don't have ways to bring the Implings back once they are dead. I'm just getting one per turn after that point with the Impsicle, so that's not actually where I want to go. It is fun to toy around with as an idea, though. Certainly. So we can extend it one more time. Play that, pumping the front line again, and then we sack the Endless one. Ah, right, okay, that Lightwing is going to go to the top line and get a hit against us. Eh, it's okay. These things, they happen. Even more damage shield there, just in case someone does manage to project damage back to you. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a morsel on the top line to actually get the Shroud Spike effect on. But we are also well beyond having that as a need. Okay. I can't believe both of my copies of Important Work are in the very bottom of the deck, by the way. I might not even play Crucible Extension here because I don't want to get another unit involved. Yeah. That ought to do. Sorry, I can't get another unit involved on that floor, and I don't want to take up the draw slot. Okay. Okay, I know what to do here. It is important work on you. We draw another important work. We play this Transcendimp. We play another important work. Then we play that Transcendimp again. Then we play Impressive to kill it, getting it into the next draw cycle again. Get some morsels up here on the top floor. I would love to play more things, but I guess I'll do that there. Yeah. Okay. And then here it actually pops off. So much rage and armor that it can't even resolve before I do it again. And again. Now, if there was a scholar involved at any point there, imagine how much multi-strike we would have. I want you to just imagine that for a moment and then realize it actually still wouldn't matter. One more. All right. 564 rage across the floor. 293 sap on the boss with 5 multi-strike. I think it's going okay. Yeah, I think I might win this one. Get a Queen Zimpling to do my dirty work for me. I did run out of coffee. All right, last Divinity. That top floor is no longer unusable. Holy shed. We got the old shade split. Oh my god. Yeah, and we got a Pyre Chompy here for the bottom floor as well. Like it's all here. It's all there, black and white, clear as day. You lose. You get nothing, sir. Stunned. Ah, it's the 16, right, of course. I was wondering, why is the Wiltwing just killing my unit? This isn't the holdover one, so I can actually have this die. That's fine. That's fine. You do need to live, ultimately, which is going to be a little bit of a push, as I understand it to be right now. Una momento, por favor. Because there's exactly one sequencing error in that opener, and it could actually end up costing us the game. It is the Shade Splitter needs to go down first. Otherwise, I'm just passing forward. Otherwise, I'm keeping a thing that I don't need there. In terms of Ember Drain, I'm keeping an Ember Drain there that I wouldn't need. That top line suddenly became a... There's an Impish Scholar! We've got the one on... I always plan to say a whole sentence, and then sometimes it becomes sound. This is the natural progression of things. All things eventually become sounds. Don't look that up. Oh, yes, of course. Those are just gonna die on that top floor. But I want them to live! You've got so much damage shield. I could give you more multi-strike. It's just, what are you doing with it? I guess I just fledgling imp and everything there. This could actually be the unit that I buff up just because it has so much multi-strike. I still haven't got armor for you. One more stone can go up there. Yeah, the Empire Scholar will get one back later. It's fine. You also kind of want it, though. No, but you will take damage consistently. Mm-hmm. These donate damage. It's 30 extra damage. Just have to sack you. All right. Not like I'm going to be thrilled about it, but all right. You survive anyway. We did it. We haven't got our capacity situation up yet, but for, I believe, all intents and purposes, we did it. So you go down. I can play you 2 times this turn, so the Chartel Queen is going to survive. Get the Shroud Spike back. Oh, I didn't play one on Stone the other time as well. Even more damage shield up there? Sure. And this is also the holdover one now. That one does have to be played. These can't die anymore. I can chump block here, but you're done. You're done, mate. You're never working in this town again, eh? Still wish that was a damage amplification of some kind. Okay. And then, the ultimate question is, hang on, Raps, how does this work? This bottom floor isn't going to be able to support you forever. You're right. You're still getting fuel! Still fuel. Yes, you're right, is ultimately the response to that. I hope that helps. Could cast that first. Oh, that's got permafrost as well. I haven't even been using that. I've got even more strength than I know what to do with. I am too strong for my own good right now. Draw you and play you again. That jives well for me. Look at that sap. Oh, that's such... so good. Then we have to sack you. Guess I'll just get rid of some Queen's Implings on this line. Mm-hmm. 3 with 3 capacity there, so I can Crucible Extension here one more time. If I'm reading this situation correctly, I believe I have lethal. That? Important. Sure as hell looks like lethal to me. And you can have more damage shield. Yeah, 101 damage shield, 278 rage. The enemy has 310 sap. 5 multi-strike with 600 damage apiece. You're doing about 3,000 just by yourself. Get him. Just straight up and down. Get him. Thank you. And that is how to imp. All you gotta do is get all the imp relics and all the best imp-related cards, and imps come to you with pre-upgrades on them, and a lot of things that allow you to take a lot more risks early on than you otherwise might. Jack strips, obviously the minions that were particularly powerful by that point because of Capricious Reflection. That's all you need. All you need is almost everything that we happen to get. You can do it in a bunch of different ways. I'm being a little sarcastic here in order to set up for. And if you do need that, well, you can get exactly that kind of situation going with a custom challenge code that's about to be generated on the screen. Excuse me. Thank you. Skating Summer Offering is the custom challenge code you will be looking for the moment, though. My name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been the last Divinity of Monster Train, covered in 25 random. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my content in the game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.